Well, it's finally happened.
Indeed.
After 4 years, we've finally got round to making a podcast.
Isn't that a freaking sight for sorry eyes?
You're a bit shy, man.
Let's
Are
go,
you
mate.
are you feeling a bit shy?
I don't know, bro. It's first time for everything, isn't it, if you think about it?
Because when we met each other in, what was it, June 2016? Pretty much 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was only a matter of a few weeks into it, of our friendship, that we discussed, well, yeah, maybe we should do a podcast. Oh, yeah, people would like to hear our thoughts on current events.
Potentially,
Fucking
yeah.
shit like that.
I do remember saying something about that, to be honest. And, yeah, finally going to happen, isn't it, if you think about it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel as if it's a long time coming, and I don't know how people are going to perceive it, and I also don't know what to talk about. I mean, I know what to talk about, because we're good at talking, aren't we?
Well, yeah, that would be an understatement.
But,
really,
I mean, there's only one way to get underway. It's just talk
And
about
actually
something.
do it.
Talk about
So-
something fucking controversial.
Well-
Like the fact that you still owe me a box.
well, if you
And
know that, mate,
so at the moment we're
you're lucky
drinking.
that I'm doing this with you. You know,
At the moment we started
This is-
drinking
this is
approximately
about-
15 minutes ago,
right,
and we bought these drinks, and I just remembered.
That's all right.
I just remembered that Medio owes me a box. Well, he owes me many boxes, but he owes me a box back from R&V. And it's been a long time coming. It's fucking February now. I still haven't gotten that box back.
Mate,
Not
at
even
the
in
end
the
of day,
payment.
mate, you're lucky I'm here doing this with you at the end of the day, isn't it? So just take it as a blessing, mate, and move on, eh?
Ah, well, fuck. I guess...
So, Lewis, what's been going on? What are we going to talk about today?
See, now it feels like the Edge Night Show.
What are we going to talk about today, Chief?
See, I don't want to speak like the Edge Night Show, but what are we going to talk about? What's this podcast going to be about?
Well, that's an interesting dynamic. I thought you'd have some ideas on this.
Well, it's going to be called The Dynamic Duo.
Oh, well, that's just... Isn't that perfect?
But I've spelt dynamic in the YouTube channel in a way, like, you know when you do uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase?
Well, yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So it sort of represents the autism in the within the field.
Well, yeah, something you'd know a bit about, eh?
Some more than others.
Yeah. Righto then.
Because if you didn't know, we've both been to uni for a combined
5 years?
6-7 years, and no one has a degree yet.
5 years, 5.
So
You're overestimating again here, Chief, alright?
So
Settle down.
the fact of the matter is, it is quite an autistic.
Friendship, to say the
Yeah,
least.
and so an autistic podcast, so to speak. But I feel as if we're just here to chew the fat in terms of talking about current events.
And some big sharns.
Stories, because if the boys haven't told you, the boys we know, the boys everyone knows, we have some stories to be told. We know the people, we know the stories, we know what's happened behind the scenes in a lot of people's lives. So we may be here to inform you on some of those within reason. We're not going to be retarded. Or try not to
You'd
be.
hope not.
You'd try not
At
to
the end
be.
of the day, we just want to spin some yarns, have a good time,
Yeah.
and let the roller coaster roll where it goes, you know? Like,
Oh,
see how it goes.
100%. So how should we start? I mean, let's talk about a subject that people like. I mean, because if I had it my way, we'd just be talking about the cricket.
You know, Lewis, thankfully that we don't have it going your way, because as much as cricket is a great sport,
It is a good sport.
realistically, we need to talk about something that's going to bring in some fucking
Yeah,
digits.
exactly. It is a good sport, but the fact
think
is,
about
no one likes it. Not even the people that play it. I don't really like it anymore. I used to when I was a kid, but it's
Great sport to play, hard sport to fucking
like
watch sometimes.
yeah,
but,
it's
you
a
know,
very difficult sport to
it is what
watch
it is.
in
So-
long periods of time. So
if we may say, up the black caps, let's go.
yeah, we'll save your eardrums. He's wearing my shirt too. So
Fancy that.
look at that. So what's a contentious issue? Let's talk about the election coming up. Honestly,
This is an interesting one, isn't it, Lewis? Because I don't know
this
what's
is for
going
you,
on.
Liam Wells. Honestly, right? So,
I really don't know how to say anything about this. I'm not going to chime in too much here.
well, no,
It's out of my
end of the day, so we're going to have to put in an early vote because me and Matt planning to be in the UK by July, and please hold that to us because that's our plan.
Goal for the year.
Yeah, I'm purposely walking away from the Navy to go overseas with this chump. Call that a risk, if you will. I should have just put a mortgage. I should have just put a down payment on a house, but instead I'm just going to the UK, and that's how it is.
Have to happen, Lewis. You know.
All right,
so
let's stay clear. Let's talk about the election. So,
to be fair, Lewis, this is one that I really couldn't care about. I mean, Like, realistically, we're leaving in July. It doesn't really bother me what happens.
Well, end of the day, not out. We're still affected. We're New Zealand people, New Zealand permanent residents.
But mate, to be fair, we're going to be away, mate, for at least a couple of years. Mate, we'll be back for the next one. So.
Who would you recommend voting for?
Well, mate, to be fair, I don't really know, mate. I haven't looked into it enough to say or comment on what I believe is going well. To be fair, so.
I mean, because of your habits in the past, I would. You know, if I just walked around the corner and I was reading a book on Medios and I had different chapters and sections on what he likes, what he's done, stories, etc. But I'd never met the guy and I had a good look through it and I walked around that corner there reading the book and saw you, I would immediately think Green supporter.
That's the biggest yarn I've ever heard in my life. But righto. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know. Haven't really looked into it.
Bullshit. We tag each other in fucking memes.
But I haven't really read anything, right? Like, I mean, the memes are fun because they're a bit of comedy, you know.
Then we both.
Everybody loves a bit of laughs and a bit of a giggle. Then we both funny.
Didn't we both vote for ACT last time?
Well, I didn't, but I believe that.
Oh no, you voted for National. That's right.
No, I did. I think. But
yeah, you did. You like. I remember
to be fair, it doesn't really bother me. Like I'm not politics, mate. It's an area, but I reckon we've got better subjects to talk about.
Alright, go on. Oh, hit me. I'm voting for ACT, by the way. David Seymour all the way. I support that shit.
I reckon we talk about something maybe like sports, or should we get into some sports chat? I reckon some big stuff going on at the moment in sport.
Oh, well,
if you think about it.
Well, I want to, be controversial.
Little quick detour.
Give me. I
mean, we've got the issues with VAR in sport, in football. Thoughts on that?
It's all an academic paper, mate.
But go on. Thoughts on the VAR, mate? There's been a lot of talk about it. Has it been good? Has it been bad?
I don't watch a lot of football like I used to when I was a kid. But these days when I watch it, it's a lot slower, isn't it? There's a lot more stop-start. It's like it's getting closer to rugby in that aspect, which is one of the reasons why I struggle to watch rugby on TV, as compared to as I used to. Like footy, I feel as if more stop-start, a lot more whistles being blown for exactly that VAR sort of shit. I personally think it goes in all sports in terms of cricket, rugby, football, tennis, whatever. When you're going upstairs to officials, I would rather that be for like crunch plays, like literally like last minute tries. I'd rather that stuff be really like you only go up
if you need to.
No, if you say if you need to, it means that could go for anything.
So what we mean, like games on the line.
Yeah. Like I'd rather a game just be played, and if the human error is important just for the but for life. I feel as if it makes a game more legitimate, and the fact that you go upstairs all the time, it just sort of ruins that, the stop-start nature, people disinterested because they're waiting for a decision, and the day the decision comes through and everyone's just fizzed out already, they're like, oh, whatever, yeah, fuck it, just get on with the game. That's my 2 cents on it anyway. What, do you support it?
To be fair for me, bro, I think there's definitely advantages of it, but they need to adapt to where they look to bring it in, I think, personally. And I think that's in terms of a lot of decisions are on very small margins, like an elbow or a foot, when it should realistically be more significantly decided on, maybe it's half the body or he is actually offside, not just like a piece of the body that is, because that's pretty hard to call, and the fact that they're bringing it to such a small degree, there is benefits of that, but it's also pretty silly. You've seen that in the Premier League a lot this year, where goals have been disallowed which are quite marginal in terms of offside, I think.
Fuck this shit.
Moving into something else.
Let's talk about R&B, because I feel as if VAR.
Rhythm and Vines. What a festival!
Topic.
What a festival!
Rhythm and Vines. All right. I think this is something that we all feel a part of. If you're under 25 and listening to this podcast and you haven't been to a single if you're between 18 and 25 and you
haven't been to a festival yet,
or single R&B, especially if you're a Kiwi. What are you doing? It's the greatest.
I agree.
I mean, I'll be honest in saying, there is a time when you can put your foot down and go. Been there too many times. I'm at that time now. After 3 times.
Been there, done that after 5, 6.
Yeah. But you got to go to at least one. The first one was definitely the funnest 4 days I've had in my life.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
It's, you know, it's a festival. I feel that doesn't really. There's no real. You can't really. It's a festival. You go hard with the boys or girls.
Have a great time. Get away and enjoy the
It's a
music,
great location
sure,
in Gisborne. Yeah.
Great weather.
But
Great
I mean,
people.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into a ditch on my first night there.
To be fair, one of the more embarrassing things I've seen you do at RMV, but like as we said,
oh, fuck, that was
move
legendary.
on and get on with it.
There's a great story behind it too. We'll probably get to that.
Yeah, we will indeed get to that at some point in this podcast, which the viewers, I'm sure, will be interested to see or learn about how that happened and why it happened. So
yeah. No, well,
yeah.
Wasn't there a thing last year? Well, so for 2 years straight. No, wait, we're into the third year of it now.
So what are you talking about here, Lars? Come on, I reckon.
Pretty sure you're out of shot. Come in the shot.
I'm in the shot, aren't I?
No,
Am I in the shot? I thought I would.
sure.
I thought I was in the shot.
I did a test and try just before.
To be fair, I might have been out of the shot, but if I'm in it now, g'day, how you going?
Apologies. I know he's a big unit, but
nice to see you all, and I hope you're having a lovely day.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Back to the RMV chat. You were about to say something.
I was going to say, because there's this contentious thing where myself and your brother have had this challenge with you.
Righto, here we go.
Since, I think it started in 2017 when it started 2018 when I was working in the Navy. It started working. Myself and his little brother Kurt, who were both working at the time, came up with a challenge for Matt. So at the start of 2018, around February, we said to Matt, we will both give you $1,000 cash in November or December, I can't remember, at the end of the year, if you lose weight and get, reasonably shredded. We literally signed a contract. We said we wanted to get Matt in shape, and we thought it'd be hilarious.
Mate, you're lying about that. You didn't sign anything.
We thought it. No, we did.
I'll
find it. I'll find it. If we weren't filming this on my phone, I'd show you. Anyway,
that's a big lie there.
We said who cares anyway? If someone says they're going to give you $1,000, $2,000 to lose weight, get in good condition, why wouldn't you do it?
To be fair, mate, I'll be honest. I gave it a small crack, but at the end of the day, it's pretty hard when you're in the university environment. I believe if you've got no ability to say no to certain things, I think I've enjoyed uni quite a lot in those times, and I don't think I was prepared to put that effort in to do that. And I'll be honest, that's what it is.
You weren't prepared to just literally
to do the effort. I didn't want to do it because I didn't feel the need, Yeah, righto, thanks for that, Chief. But
it's not that difficult.
Mate, it wasn't about the money at that point. I think.
People
and for me, it was about the fact that I didn't want to do it.
People do it
because I'd rather not, and it was just. But now, and it may be different circumstance, but.
Well, yeah. So we'll get to that. So he failed it the first time round. We gave him 10 months to lose weight, and pretty much the conditions are you got to have visible abs and look fit. Like that was the thing. And you got to be it by November. You can't just do it and then get fat. You have to stay in that condition until November. But you could do it in October and still get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he fucked up majorly first year round. I swear he
breaking my hand.
Oh no.
First of all.
Well.
Thanks, mate. Yes.
Well.
Yes. Thank you.
That didn't. You also put on about 10 pounds by the time I saw you again in December. So he failed miserably. So me and Kurt were like, oh fuck it. Start 2019. We'll bump it up another $2,000 each. We both had the money.
Mhm.
I had the money sitting in a separate bank account. In fact, it was called Medios Challenge or something like that. I can't
Didn't
remember.
know about that.
Well, no, it was sitting there because I had it ready for you.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for giving me
It's now in my savings.
Oh,
but,
obviously. Where else would it be?
So, long story short, I don't think he got fatter, but he just stayed the same the whole year. And this time around, I was reminding him every single week or 2 weeks that the challenge existed, and the boys in the Schooners group chat were giving it to him too. But he fucked it up still.
Well, you know what? Like, to be fair, I did. But at the end of the day, that was because I didn't really want to do it. And I think, it wasn't something I cared. Like I said previously.
You're scared of exercise, aren't you?
I'm not necessarily that, mate. Not necessarily that. Fucking sorry for my bad English there. That was horrific. But I think I didn't want to do it.
Cross your arms.
Well, you've got to want to do something, Lewis, don't you? At the end of the day, and that's just fact. Like.
So you didn't want $4,000?
Well, it wasn't about the money. I didn't want to do do the work, mate. Like,
Alright, so
like
get
I've
this,
said
get
previously.
this.
It's got nothing to do with the funds, mate, because that wasn't the factor in it. I just didn't want to do the work because I didn't want to do it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We'll move on and new subject, because I'm getting bored of this one, Lewis, so fire something else off, eh? Let's go.
Well, I'm just saying, remind Medio in the DMs that the bet now is $2,500 per me and Kurt for him to get in good condition by November this year. So this year. So this man may earn $5,000 for getting in shape by November. And if he doesn't, I've said this is the last one.
We'll have to wait and see, Lewis. But I mean, I'm trying. I'm starting. So I'm not getting my cut off, mate. Grow up, all right?
Fair enough.
Get a grip. That's fucking silly business.
At least you're in better condition than Sam Richardson. But
anyway, well, that's a good shout, isn't it?
Anyway,
as we move on,
what direction do you think? I mean, we did talk about this podcast. We're just gonna talk amongst ourselves. We weren't really gonna be very structured. But I think going forward, like we're gonna have talking points and subjects and like consistency in terms of
certain themes, shall we say? Of what will be discussed.
Yeah, challenges.
And if you have any ideas for us too, please drop them in the comments because we'll have a look at those as well.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like anything goes to a certain extent. I mean, I have 7 weeks left in the Navy. My last day in the Navy's the same day as touch base. So after that, I'm pretty much good to go in terms of like content. Because I don't really want to fucking.
We don't need to talk about that, Lewis. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you've got any ideas for one of us to bring up or discuss, please drop in the comments, like we just said. I think we'll take it into consideration and see if we'll see if it's something that we can talk about.
I bet
for the next few weeks, or at least next wee while away.
I bet we'll get 10 views on this.
Yeah, well, mate. To be fair, it is what it is. You've got to start from somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you? So at the end of the day,
we'll give it a nudge.
Give it a nudge, and it's taking a risk, isn't it? You've got to take a risk to get a reward sometimes, and it's all about trying something new, isn't it? If you think about it in a sense.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. No,
go on, fire away.
Oh, no, I think that one. Oh.
Come on, mate.
Wait.
Fire away, Chief. Let's go.
I told you I wasn't going to get into this topic.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's fair then. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So we'll move on again.
So close to saying.
What else do you reckon? Anything else? Upcoming UFC card. That could be something we could talk about this week in Auckland. UFC Auckland.
Yeah, well, fuck. I don't know.
What do you reckon? I reckon it's going to be a great show.
If Hooker doesn't knock him out, I'll be very sad.
Yeah, that's arguably fair.
Oh, sorry.
There's a lot of great fights, though. There's a lot of great fights on that card.
Yeah, you go on, Matt. You tell me about the fight.
To be fair, mate, I'm looking forward to the Brad Riddell fight. I think that's going to be really interesting.
Who's he fighting?
Mate, to be fair...
Who's he fighting?
I have not looked...
Who's Brad Riddell fighting?
Don't put me on the spot here, Chief. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing him fight.
Who's he fighting?
Mate, I'm just looking forward to seeing him fight. That's all I'm going to say. I'm looking forward to seeing Dan Hooker in the main event against Paul Felder. I think that's going to be...
You got that name, right?
I think that's going to be one of the fights of the year, potentially.
Name a fighter on the card who isn't Kiwi and not Paul Felder.
Well, Jake Matthews is fighting. And
yes.
so is...
Jimmy Crute.
Jimmy Crute, yeah. So I actually, there's a lot of fights on here I'm looking forward to seeing. I can't wait to see Kai France fight again. I think he really needs a win coming off the last fight. But I think it'll be a good fight. What do you reckon? What do you reckon of the card?
I like the Kai France fights. He's fighting a veteran in some Asian fella. Som. Yeah, he's a veteran. I know he's a veteran. I don't know his name. Okay, yes, I know that's ironic because I was just giving shit to Matt about.
Yeah, come on, mate. Sort it out, eh? That's not what we want.
But I know he's a veteran. I know he's been fighting a while.
You know, he's been around the
and I know block, mate. I know it was a semi-last minute fight to get set up as well because Kai France is coming off a short come around. So
it was only 10.
Bro, do you reckon you can do a streak at UFC if I get?
I am definitely not taking my kid off at UFC, Lewis. No way. It's not happening, mate. We're there to enjoy it, mate. We don't want to get arrested.
What about the after party? What do you reckon?
Well, to be fair, I can't. Definitely not, because my brother's going to be there. So that would be rude to him to do anything stupid, wouldn't it? Considering it's the gym that he trains with.
Yeah, your little brother can beat you up.
Well, mate, to be fair, I bet yours can too. So if you think about it. It is what it is, isn't it?
I've beaten your ass about 5 times. Anyway, fuck it.
You're lying about that.
I feel as if we're pushing on for the first one. But I think it's time to wrap it up.
Oh, 100% agree. What do you reckon? What should we leave?
We got to get on it
final
more.
note, Lewis, as we say, or last
Well,
call.
I
What do you reckon?
want to say, basically, we're gonna film 3 more episodes this weekend, and because we're not together for a few weeks after this weekend,
We'll be dropping them weekly.
Yeah, we're gonna drop these fizzes out probably every Friday. So something to enjoy on your bloody, your bloody weekend coming up.
For sure, there will be some guests,
and they will be better. They will
well.
be better because with more
we get a bit
feedback
more
and more structure and more talks. This literally got set up yesterday. It'll be more enjoyable, I feel, and it'll fit the masses what they want. To next podcast, we're gonna literally film it right after this, and it's gonna be released next Friday. And we're gonna finish. So we won't stop that podcast until we finish our boxes. I think we've got about 7 or 8 drinks left each. And what we're gonna do? I haven't told Matt this, but we're gonna.
You reckon? You're keeping some secrets from me now, are you?
Well, no, we're going. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the famous story about how we met. It's quite an interesting story.
That's a bit of a laugh, that one actually.
And we're also. I think we should touch on. Touch on the origin of Fight Night. But either way,
I definitely agree with that. I think that's quite a funny one.
And also
that we could start discussing. And also that's quite entertaining, and there's a lot of good yarns that could come out. Maybe that's even one we do later on as well.
No, I think we should touch on this one. Anyway, I also touch on my intention to fight Jake Paul at some point in the future. But anyway, wrapping up here for a dynamic duo. I've been Lewis.
I'm Medios.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
I look forward to seeing the 10 views.
As they say, you've got to start somewhere.
Cheers, champ.